Good morning, my dear friend. Thank you for your presence here today. My topic today is Chan or Zen. In the forest of Buddhism, there's a huge tree, prominent, outstanding, evergreen tree. That is Chan or Zen. If Buddhism or Buddha's teaching is a teachings or pointings or pointers to the truth, to the reality, to the ultimate purpose of life, then Chan is a transmission or recognition of that truth, reality, without any words, sound, image, or description. That's why Chan is so appealing in my path of awakening. In the history of Chan, we have to mention two characters. The first patriarch of Chan in China was Bodhidharma. He carried this idea of Chan around late of 5th century and 6th century, early of 6th century. Then he spread out all of China, and in 7th and 8th century to Korea, and later on to Vietnam, and around 12th century to Japan as Zen. But before Bodhidharma, there's another character, Mahākāśyapa. Mahākāśyapa was one of the 10 prominent disciples of Gautama Buddha. And the Bodhidharma was 28th patriarch of Mahākāśyapa. Mahākāśyapa was become well known in the history of Buddhism because there's one story in the Buddhist teaching which is very famous. It's called Flower Sermon. It's a sermon by Gautama Buddha in a wordless, speechless sermon, while Gautama Buddha just hold a flower with a subtle smile on his face. No other disciples could understood him except Mahākāśyapa. In response, Mahākāśyapa also had a gentle smile on his face. And at that very moment, there's a direct transmission from Gautama Buddha to Mahākāśyapa. A self-realization or transmission was done by direct experience. No words. Just a mind to mind or heart to heart transmission. And because of this, Mahākāśyapa was named the second Buddha, or was pointed by Gautama Buddha. And the Bodhidharma was 28th patriarch of Mahākāśyapa. That tradition, generation by generation, and spread out, and in China around 5-6 centuries, and later on to the rest of Asia. The direct empowerment from master to his or her disciples of direct experience or recognition by the student itself is the main character or properties of Chan. That's why in early Chan there's no detailed description or scriptures or sutras. Teachings of sutra or doctrine were secondary, while the primary was the disciples' direct experience. Actually, it is the way of teaching when it is undescribable by words. Actually, at this very moment, while you're listening to my word, or you can perceive in your surroundings, in your room, or you have body sensation of sitting on a chair, or thoughts arise, or descriptions arise in your mind. Beside of all this, you could have the sense of I am. Like you are perceiving all the phenomena outside and inside of you, and you are stable. You don't resist the phenomena. You don't follow it. And you can purely observe it. And when it's necessary, you can use your 5 sensory organs to express yourself, to serve to humanity and nature. While every phenomena, people, human, nature, an apple, a food, is at your service, and you are free from all these objects, while you maintain the power of using it, using your 5 sensory organs to serve instead of trapped in. Then you are in Chan, you are in the Zen, you are in the Tao. You have the direct experience of Chan, of the truth, of the reality, instead of looking at what is Chan in descriptions, in textbook. So that's a direct transmission or self-recognition. That's why Chan is so prominent, dominant or like a shining star in the sky. As a human being, we are so lucky, and especially as a Chinese, I'm so lucky and blessed to have a rich culture to understand all the sages' teaching. And you, my dear friend, you can enter the Chan, or have the self-realization, or have the direct of truth without anybody's teaching. Truth, I mean unchangeable, beyond time and space. They choose, no matter who said it, no matter when it happened, it's always there, was there, is here, and will be there. That's the truth, beyond space and time. And you are the manifestation of that truth, of Chan, of Zen. As a human being, this is our ultimate purpose of life. To directly experience the truth by ourselves. Chan also has other pointers like suchness, thusness, easiness. Whatever is, is. You don't resist any phenomena. You don't attach to any phenomena. You are free, ultimate free. You realize that you are perfect, complete, ultimate. Absolute. Absolute means you're not relative. If I say this is up, this is down, this is a relative truth. And you are beyond the relative. Because when you go out space, there's not such thing as this is up, this is down, right? So up and down, which is relatively true on planet Earth, is not true in a space. The teaching of Chan, or the realization of Chan, is absolute. You're beyond up and down, left or right, yes or no, right or wrong, beautiful, ugly. You are free from all these dualities, while you remain the usage of duality, the power of using them, while in a relative world, a relative reality. Okay, as conclusion, let's show our gratitude to the sage's teaching. Mahākāśyapa, the awakened one, as one of the 10 prominent disciples of Gautama Buddha. Mahākāśyapa transmits his realization in Chan, in Zen. And it was carried on by Bodhidharma in China around 6th century. And now I'm relay that message to you, my dear friend. See the truth is beyond time and space. And for this very moment, Mahākāśyapa's realization, Bodhidharma's realization, and you or yours and my realization is the same realization. There's no such your recognition and my recognition is the same because it's the truth. It's beyond time, space, and people. That's another hidden meaning of truth. Our gratitude to Mahākāśyapa, Gautama Buddha, Bodhidharma, and all the sages' teaching. I would like to end this session by a quotation from the sixth patriarch of Chan in China. His name was Huineng, Master Huineng. So he had very famous spiritual poem in Chinese first. 菩提本无树，明镜亦非台。本来无一物，何处染尘埃。So in English should be, there's no Bodhi tree, nor the stand of mirror bright, because everything is void. And there's no dust or light. You are perfect already. You are complete already. You are the ultimate, absolute already. Thank you. Thank you very much. Bye now.